Okay, we have at least one question has popped up on my screen, and I just want to invite anybody else who's listening to to just put a question in the Q&A box on your screen. Let me ask you a little bit about your feelings as time went on about being abandoned by the outside world. I mean, you must have thought at some point that somebody would come in and help, that this would not end the way it did. Just talk a little bit about your sense of feeling either betrayed or ignored, or where was the rest of the world when this was going on? This was such a humanitarian crime, both the destruction of the city, a city that is probably the oldest continually occupied city in the world, that dates back to, you know, thousands of years before Christ. It's been at the crossroads of the world. I first encountered Aleppo when I've never been to Syria, but when I went to the Pergamon Museum in Berlin and saw a house from a 17th century house from Aleppo that had been stolen and reconstructed in the museum. It was beautiful. It was just an incredible experience to work there. And I started reading a little bit more about Aleppo and its origins. But a city is being destroyed, a world historical city. A country is being ravaged by a ruthless dictator, and the rest of the world seemed unable to deal with it. And I just wanted, from the inside where you were, how did that all seem?
I mean, for us, everything is happening around the world is like matter, and it will affect how like our life was in Aleppo and even like maybe now. And I mean, I would say like we were kind of feeling that we were let down, or we've been like betrayed by the whole world all the time, because when the Syrian revolution started, it started for democracy, for freedom, for justice. And we heard a lot about, you know, Western countries, and that's the values that they really like believe in. And they wanted this to the whole world and all of this like things, which it like kind of, for us after that, it was kind of like lies or something they was just like talking about, but they are not really like believing in. And maybe the main time when we felt like kind of shocked was after the Assad regime used the chemical weapon in Ghouta in 2012 and then 13. And we felt that like this can't happen and the world will be fine with this. And we said like when President Obama was there and he said like this is the red line, and also like a couple of leaders on this world, they were like kind of talking about this, that Assad is done because what he's done. And then like now you can look back again, it's like been 9 years, the whole world is still watching, and we hear about like President Trump said, I wanted to kill him, but someone told me not to do that. And that's like, for them, it's kind of like conversation and a negotiation. For us, it's people who are dying every day, people who has been killed and still being killed until today. But I think we still have belief and hope, maybe not in governments anymore, but in people. And that's what I really like see through releasing the film in so many countries last year. I saw people, how they were like really caring about that. They wanted to do something. They were asking us, what can we do all the time? And for me, like, yeah, I might lost all the hope with governments, but I'm still believing that people will be able to do something one day.
You didn't mention the outrage of targeting hospitals to bomb, which of course was where you were living.
Yeah, I mean, if I want to talk about the Assad crimes, we will not finish today. So, I mean, I just like, I've mentioned the first thing we were shocked at, and then like so many things happened after that. And really, there's so much even crimes which people outside doesn't even recognize. And I felt this like in one very particularly like personal thing happened with me. For me, like personally, the displacement was the worst thing I've ever like witnessed. And when I was out, like so many people were telling me like, oh, congratulations, you get out from Aleppo alive. And, you know, like no one really understanding what does that mean.
Well, let me ask you about that scene towards the end of the film where you do leave and the deal that the Russians say, we'll give you free passage out if you get out. Was there, I mean, that's a very emotional moment, obviously, in the movie. Was there much discussion about whether to stay or to go? And also, after you left, was there a sense of guilt that you did leave? I mean, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, the guilt so far is kind of exists because, of course, we wanted to stay, but at the end, like, we know that this wasn't our decision, not personally and not like in general, everyone in Aleppo. Wasn't something we agreed on. Like, we had no other option, like either to leave or you will be killed, all of you. So it's kind of like we were kind of like displaced exactly, and that's why we feel in one way or another we did everything we were able to do just to stay, and even that decision was taken from us. I mean, when we were inside, we were kind of like not really believing that this is what will happen, because I mean, the whole world was helping Russia and Assad regime to take Aleppo and to control Aleppo again, and no one really was thinking about these people. They just wanted maybe kind of like not for a massacre to happen, but also they didn't want like to protect us where we were living. The WHO, the UN, the Security Council, all of these people were just like kind of watching, and maybe like not on purpose, but they were supporting Russia in one way or another, like to like element what they were really wanted.